I miss that too. Yes, moving on to a ZVZ, another ZVZ. This is TheZerg. I wonder what race he plays. Versus Killer, aka Baxter. I'm pretty sure that Baxter, if I'm not mistaken, is actually the Zerg that Boxer, when he first came back, when Boxer was first coming back, well, he might have still been in Air Force at the time, but it's when he unveiled kind of his Valkyrie build, which has kind of seeped its way into Terran play almost completely here, especially with Fantasy's type of play. So, Baxter does have that going for him. I do like Killer better, though. I'm going to call him Killer. He's going to kill for Hwaseon Oz, although, very interestingly, Lee Calf is still on the team uniform. I actually didn't notice that until just now. But yes, this is going to be on God's Garden, a 4-player map. Most people think it is Zerg favorite. I've seen most teams throwing out Zergs on this map throughout the entire Pro League, so it's kind of no surprise that these guys threw out Zergs as well. I might have wanted to save Jaedong for this one instead of against Yuk, but, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm not a coach. I don't know why they make the decisions they do, but hey, whatever. Looks like we're getting ready to start here. It's kind of weird to see the Zerg in a final situation because the Zerg is a pretty recent acquisition for SKT1. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Looks like Oz finally has a win there on that little tally. We'll see if they can pull this back and make it through this. We're probably going to see an ace match if they do manage to get back, because SKT1 is playing just ridiculously good here. Looks like the Zerg is in orange at the 2 o'clock position, and down here at the 8 o'clock in red is Killer. That's a nice color for Killer.
He's gonna kill, or get killed. But if any player has a chance against the Zerg, which is anyone, I think it's Killer. If I'm not mistaken, I think Killer was actually one of the most promising players in the minor leagues. I think he was one of the leaders on the scoreboards in the win record on the minor league circuit. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. I think it's way after he did his Gamma losses against Boxer, which was when Boxer was back in Ace. So that's a long time ago, like over half a year ago, and he was just recently pushed back up just up from the minors. I think when he still played against, back when he played against Slayer's Boxer, he was still in the minor, in the B team. So see what kind of build is going to go in for. This is a 4-player map, so this is a place where Jaedong's lovely, risky as hell 12 hatcheries are actually a decent build. Actually not too risky. Actually could pay off. He did go in on 3-player map, so I thought, okay, so maybe if he scouts in the wrong direction, I'm going to be fine. But he scouted in the wrong direction, and he wasn't fine. So let's see here. Killer going to go for, I think it was, what, a 12? Both players apparently going for overpull into alongside an extractor for Killer, while just an overpull here from the Zerg. So both players going for very lacking builds, and quick Zerglings coming in from the Zerg just now. Going to put down his extractor, so he's going to a little bit late on gas. Going to have his Zerglings ready sooner though, but not soon enough really. He is going to be able to, you know, Killer's going to be able to counter this pretty safely. He's going to have his Zerglings in time. I think he was sending out a Zergling to actually put down a natural expansion. There's, of course, the thing about God's Garden that you can put down natural expansion behind your main, which only aerial troops can get to. So no way are those Zerglings going to be able to get and harass your natural expansion. That lets him take a second gas very easily and hold it for quite a while. So that makes this a very interesting and good map for Zerg that way. And now Zerglings are on the way down the map for the Zerg. He's going to try to put on some early pressure, but it's still don't think he's going to be able to accomplish too much, although I'm not seeing Killer put down any Zerglings, so he's going to have to spawn some Zerglings right now if he wants to win this game right here.
Yeah, Killer was not putting down any Zerglings there. He went straight for his lair. So this is pretty risky play from him. You can see he's putting down the creep colony there. He has a couple of drones just to block the front. Just going to try to keep those Zerglings out as much as possible here, because actually the Zerg is in here right now with those Zerglings, and he might be able to get this done if he can somehow bypass that sunken. Yeah, I think Killer will eventually be able to hold this back. You see, I think Killer canceled his expansion, very interestingly enough, while it looks like the Zerg is going for his expansion. So this could be a bad idea on Killer's part. Maybe he just kind of panicked as soon as he saw those Zerglings. He said, okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold this back, especially if he runs back to my expansion and tries to take that out. Although I think that Killer probably could have gone for that. But of course, canceling that expansion might have just been a way to get his lair out faster. You never know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Zerg went for a 9-pool build. Those were some extremely fast Zerglings, and I think his Overlord came out right before the Zergling, so it probably means that was a 9-pool build, a very aggressive build from the Zerg. And the Zerg is being pushed back now, and the Spire coming up for Killer. The Killer Spire coming up, and Killer's going to try to break through here with his Killer Zerglings, his blood red Zerglings. Seeing red there, trying to break through, and I think the Killer will be able to get through here. Yeah, he gets through with some Zerglings, so it looks like the Zerg is actually in a pretty bad position. I don't think he has enough troops since he went for that second hatchery. He hasn't committed all Zerglings at this point, but now he is pumping Zerglings. J-Dog, yay! We're winning again! But yes, Killer coming in here once again is probably going to be able to snipe everything.
Man, just has those Zerglings running around inside. Crap load of Zerglings, and this could be winning right here. Has a couple of Zerglings blocking the ramp, just ready. Do you need reinforcements? Not yet? Not yet? Oh, okay, never mind. I'm just going to sit around on this ramp here until you need reinforcements. He has speed. That's a definite bonus, while the Zerg has no speed. Those Zerglings are going to be able to completely out-micro them, even if they're in a slightly smaller number. There's a Spire coming up from Killer, so he's going to have Murglus out in the field as well. The Zerg does have his lair up, and he will be able to get his Spire up. He does have a natural expansion, but he's lost so many drones. Even with that natural expansion, I don't think he's going to be able to do too much. Oh, Zergling's getting into that natural expansion, killing drones there too as they're being transferred around. The Zerg has taken so much damage. Only 4 Zerglings left. 3 Zerglings at this point left for Killer, but he's still running around, still being an absolute pain in the ass with that speed, getting his Mutalisk into play right now, and no defense is imminent whatsoever from the Zerg. I don't even know if he knows that this is coming. There's no Evolution Chamber, so as soon as this happens, so finally Evo Chamber coming up alongside a Creep Colony. I'm just not quite sure if the timing's right for it. He just might be morphing into Spire just as this happens. Meanwhile, a Creep Colony being put down inside of Killer's base, so he's apparently playing extra defensive because they know there's a lot of Zerglings on the field for the Zerg, so he's going to try to go for a counterattack. His Mutalisk coming in right now as the Spore Colony is going to make. So at this point, it's just going to come down to who micros better. Actually, this Sunken Colony was instead canceled by Killer, so he's going to just go and never mind, just use this Mutalisk. Going to kill all these. Going to take down this Spore Colony. Oh man, heavy damage to the Spore before it comes up. Might take a couple of shots, but it is going to go down. And that's going to be, it comes up and instantly going to go down, and then these drones are going to take a heavy amount of damage. There's that one second colony, and a second colony is going to be put down by Killer, while only a few Zerglings are inside of his base. Going to be able to get some drone kills, but there's some Mutalisk there to help defend, and this is going to be Killer's game. So Hwasong Oz is actually, despite heavy mistakes from some of their players, especially J-Dong, are actually going to get 2-2 GG.
You just got killed, son. Yeah, whatever. And we'll see if he does any kind of killer ceremony here at the end. But yeah, that was some pretty nice play from Killer. I was kind of questioning his decision to cancel that hatch, but he did make the right decision to go for uber aggressive. Just push into the Zerg. Oh my god, what's Killer going to do? Hooray! I'm Killer. That was one of the worst ceremonies I've ever seen. Come on, Killer. Come on, Oz, you're more creative than that. Get some sunglasses and some super soakers out there, some pink wigs, something to compete with the epic ceremonies that SK Telecom 1 has had. But anyways, GG's. Oz is finally turning the tide, I think.
Going to see what happens. This is definitely still in anybody's favor at this point. I think the games that are left, you still have Best and Fantasy playing for Telecom, so that's one advantage over there. But yeah, I think the ceremony would have been much cooler. I mean, with a name like Killer, you should put on a hockey mask, get a chainsaw out there, run to the crowd, kill a couple of people, sacrifice them to the StarCraft gods. Nobody will have a problem with that. It's okay. It's all for StarCraft.